Hey everyone, welcome back to Moters Review, your go-to channel for bike reviews, comparisons, and ride impressions. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now and ring the bell so you don't miss our upcoming tests and reveals. Today I've got something fun for you. We're checking out the 2026 Monkey Yellow edition of the Monkey Mini Moto series. Think classic retro charm, modern underpinnings, and yes, a bright, eye-catching yellow color. If you love compact bikes with personality, this one's got your name on it. Let's dive in. Before we get into the details, a quick heads up. The 2026 Monkey Yellow is not an official factory name yet, but represents a color variant in the Monkey lineup, imagined for 2026. For pricing, in the US market, the Monkey ABS was listed at $4,349 USD, base MSRP, for recent models. Some sources suggest a 2026 Monkey ABS might carry a price of $4,390 USD for similar trims. So for the Monkey Yellow version, assume a ballpark of around $4,400 USD, plus destination, taxes, and dealer markup. We'll refer back to that pricing as we go. Now here's what we'll cover: styling and design, technical specs and performance, livability, seat height, ergonomics, usability and ride impressions, pros and cons, and a verdict. Let's roll first, styling and design. The Monkey has always been a love letter to retro mini bikes. Compact frame, chunky tires, upright seating, round headlight, and a bit of whimsy in every line. The 2026 Monkey Yellow leans into that aesthetic with a vibrant matte or semi-gloss mustard yellow for the fuel tank, side covers, and accent panels. Contrasted by blacked-out engine, frame, wheels, and exhaust, the yellow pops brilliantly in daylight. Yellow tends to draw attention. You'll turn heads in city traffic. On the front, you'll find a classic round LED headlamp with a minimal housing, complemented by small round LED turn signals. The handlebars are high and wide, giving a commanding and upright posture. The bike uses inverted, upside-down front forks, which is a modern touch that upgrades handling over older telescopic forks. The rear has twin shock absorbers, giving that vintage twin shock look while offering decent ride quality. The seat is a flat bench style, long enough for a pillion with modest padding. I imagine a contrasting stitching in black or dark gray. Behind, a compact LED tail light and minimal rear fender finish things off. The chunky tires' wide profile help visually anchor the bike, giving it a rugged, playful stance. All in all, the styling is faithful to Monkey heritage, but with a modern twist and a striking yellow scheme. Moving on to technical specs and performance. Because the Monkey line is compact, most variants use a 124cc air-cooled single-cylinder four-stroke engine. That's consistent with previous Monkey models. It's likely the 2026 edition continues with that architecture, possibly with slight tweaks for emissions or tuning. The output is modest, around 911 horsepower range, with torque suited for city riding rather than highway blasting. It will use fuel injection, PGMFI in Honda parlance, for smooth throttle response and better cold starts. Braking is handled by a disc brake up front and rear, likely with ABS standard, at least front ABS, to meet modern safety norms. The front disc might be around 220 mm and rear in the 190-200 range, speculative, but in line with mini moto norms. Suspension: the front inverted fork might offer 4-5 inches of travel. Rear dual shocks perhaps 4 inches or so, good for urban roads, bumps, and light imperfections. Transmission is likely a 5-speed manual with a wet clutch. Top speed is modest. Expect something in the order of 50-60 mph, 80-100 km/h, depending on rider weight and road conditions. This bike is about fun, ease, agility, not long highway runs. Weight is an advantage here. The Monkey is light, probably in the 230-260 lb, 105-120 kg wet category. With that weight, the small engine can feel peppy in city riding. Fuel capacity might be to 2 gallons, approximately 5.7, 5 liters, giving you decent urban range given its frugal consumption. So in short, 124cc, fuel injection, ABS, disc brakes, inverted front fork, twin rear shocks, 5-speed gearbox, and lightweight chassis. That's a tried and true formula in the Monkey class. Next up, ergonomics, livability, usability. One huge benefit of the Monkey line has always been low seat height. For many riders, especially those on the shorter side, flat footing at stoplights is comfortable. I'd expect the 2026 Monkey Yellow to keep that virtue, a seat height around 30 to 31 inches, approximately 76-78 cm. That makes it approachable for novices. The upright handlebar gives relaxed posture, minimizing strain on wrists, back, and shoulders. The fuel tank is small but enough for daily commuting. The simple instrument cluster likely features a round digital plus analog hybrid, speedometer, trip meter, fuel gauge, gear indicator, maybe a clock odometer. The switchgear should be basic and intuitive. There might be a small storage compartment under the seat or a hook under the tank for light carry, typical for mini bikes. In urban settings, this monkey yellow will excel. Tight turns, filtering through traffic, quick stops. Its nimble footprint is an asset. Parking is easier too, thanks to the compact size. For two-up riding, the seat can accommodate a pillion for short distances, but don't expect long highway comfort for two. Maintenance will likely be simple. Air cooling avoids radiators, fewer hoses, simpler plumbing. Parts, brake pads, filters, tires should be accessible given Honda's broad parts network, if indeed this is a Honda Monkey variant. Fuel efficiency should be excellent given the small displacement, perhaps 7,100 mpg or equivalent in light usage. Now let me share ride impressions and performance in real life, assuming a test ride. When you first twist the throttle, the monkey yellow feels lively in the low revs. You feel torque punch at ~4006000 RPM. It's not a dragster, but it doesn't feel underpowered either in city conditions. The throttle response is linear, thanks to fuel injection. Shifting through the 5-speed gearbox is crisp and predictable. In corners and sweepers, the lightweight chassis and decent suspension allow surprising agility. The inverted front fork gives decent feedback and helps maintain composure over bumps. The rear shocks soak up irregularities well, though over larger potholes you feel them. This is a small bike after all. Braking is confident. The front disc with ABS gives sure stoppage from moderate speeds without locking. Rear brake complements. In wet streets or slippery patches, ABS gives a safety margin. On a straight, well-paved road, you'll approach the upper speed of ~5560 mph. After that, wind drag, engine limitations, and gearing begin to flatten acceleration. But that's acceptable for this class. The bike feels happiest in 20-45 mph ranges, city streets, side roads, quick bursts, comfort. For short rides, 20-30 mins, the seat is okay. For longer stints, it's serviceable but not plush. The pillion may feel the constraints quickly. Vibration is modest thanks to the small motor, though at higher revs you might feel hand-foot buzz. The foot peg placement is natural, and the handlebar reach is relaxed. Fuel stops are frequent but acceptable. You'll enjoy the simplicity of the bike. No complicated modes, no electronics overload. It's a pure, fun ride. Let's weigh the pros and cons for TM 2026 Monkey Yellow. Pros: striking visual presence thanks to the yellow color. Stands out in traffic. Retro styling with modern touches. LED, inverted fork, ABS. Low seat height and light weight make it accessible to many riders. Nimble handling and agility in urban settings. Fuel efficient, easy maintenance, reliability. Perfect for fun short rides, commuting, inner-city use. Cons/limitations. Modest power, limited for highway or high-speed cruising. Small fuel tank, needing more frequent. Not ideal for long distance or two-up, touring, limited cargo capacity. Ride comfort is basic. Road imperfections felt more than a full-size bike. Yellow paintwork gets scratched. Repair might be more visible. Now circling back to price and value. As I mentioned earlier, the base price for recent Monkey ABS models in the US was $4,349 USD, plus destination. Some projections for 2026 suggest a figure around $4,390 USD. Given the special Monkey Yellow trim, if it carries premium, you might see a slight premium, perhaps $4,400 to $4,500 USD depending on extras and region. So for this review, we'll peg the Monkey Yellow at $4,400 USD, excluding taxes, import duties, and other local costs. At that price, it's positioned as a premium mini-moto. For buyers seeking fun, personality, and practicality in urban environments, the price is justified. If you compare to entry-level full-sized bikes, it's higher per cc, but the Monkey is about the experience, not specs alone. In summary, the 2026 Monkey Yellow, as we imagine it, is a delightful small bike marrying vintage cues with modern upgrades. It's not for highway warriors or long tour, but for city riders, weekend jaunts, and those who value style and fun, it's a compelling option. The approximate price of $4,400 USD makes it a bit of a premium mini. but if you're drawn to its character and usability, that's acceptable value. If you like this review style, I plan to get hands-on with actual 2026 units, test real yellow color versions, and compare to rivals. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching this review from Moters Review. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, like, and drop a comment. What color would you want in Monkey 2026? Would you ride one in yellow? Also, let me know what bike you want me to review next. Ride safe and catch you in the next video.